Chapter: Landing in Atlantis. The sphere descended like a shadow cutting through the misty veil, its smooth obsidian surface reflecting the faint shimmer of water and light below. As the thick haze cleared, Atlantis revealed itself, a breathtaking, shattered world lost to time. The team inside the sphere stood in stunned silence, their breaths caught in awe as they glimpsed the sprawling ruins below. Half submerged in the ocean, Atlantis rose from the water like a ghostly relic, its grand structures defying time and destruction. The sphere touched down with a soft thud on the remains of a grand plaza. The ground beneath their boots was cracked and uneven, its once pristine tiles now slick with seawater and overgrown with glowing moss. Veins of metromite ran like living streams through the plaza's surface, pulsating faintly and casting an otherworldly glow. In the distance, cascading waterfalls spilled from broken aqueducts, their waters shimmering as though infused with light. Canals wove through the city, glowing softly and illuminating the ruins in a surreal, dreamlike way. "Aina, deploy a reconnaissance drone to follow the team," Kira instructed. "Update in real time." The drone whirred to life, hovering above the team as they moved through the ruins, its sensors scanning the environment and uploading visuals directly to Aina. From the command center, Kira watched the live holographic feed, her eyes tracking every movement on her console, ready to warn them of any threats. Miles was the first to step out of the sphere, his boots crunching against damp stone. The air hit him immediately, thick, humid, and charged with something metallic like the aftermath of a storm. The faint scent of briny ocean, wet stone, and something ancient clung to the ruins. A low mist curled around his ankles. Distant waves rumbled against the broken structures, and the wind whispered through shattered spires. The air was warm, but underneath it, a strange, unnatural chill prickled at his skin, like static in the air before a storm. Behind him, the team followed, boots splashing through shallow puddles, their footsteps the first in millennia. "Stay sharp, everyone," Miles said, scanning the ruins. "This place might look abandoned, but we don't know what we're walking into. Lena, start collecting samples. Theo, document everything, glyphs, carvings, architecture. Jace, try to take this seriously for 5 minutes. Jace muttered something under his breath, but Miles wasn't listening. His gaze was fixed ahead, where Atlantis stretched before them, its towering structures flickering with the last dying breaths of Metromite's glow. Atlantis wasn't just lost. It was waiting. Jace muttered something, but Miles wasn't listening. The city loomed ahead, Metromite veins still flickering. Atlantis wasn't just lost. It was waiting. "Sure thing, boss," Jace quipped, hopping down onto the plaza with exaggerated flair. "Welcome to Atlantis, the sunken wonderland. I hear the real estate's dirt cheap." Lena knelt by a glowing pool near the edge of the plaza, her gloved hands brushing against the vibrant plants growing in its shallows. "The energy here is incredible," she murmured, pulling out a small vial to collect water. "This entire ecosystem is thriving in ways that shouldn't be possible. The glow, it's Metromite in its purest form everywhere around us. Whatever happened here, it left the city in a state of suspended animation. It's beautiful, but it's also unnerving." "Beautiful?" Jace said, gesturing toward the ruins. "It's a creepy underwater theme park. You're all just too sciencey to admit it." "Fascinating," Theo added, his attention drawn to the intricate carvings on a nearby wall. He adjusted the strap of his backpack and ran his fingers over the glyphs, which seemed to shimmer faintly under his touch. "These symbols, they're a blend of artistry and functionality. If I can figure out their meaning, we might uncover how they powered this entire city. Or we might wake something up that doesn't want to be found," Jace quipped, glancing nervously at the glowing canals snaking through the ruins. He shouldered his rifle, his expression torn between awe and unease. "This place looks like the setting for a horror movie. I'm just saying." "Theo, the craftsmanship here is extraordinary," he said, his voice tinged with awe. "These symbols, they're more than decoration. They're functional, like a language of energy." Miles glanced at him. "Can you translate?" "Not yet," Theo admitted, his brow furrowed. "But if we find a central archive or control hub, I might be able to piece it together." Miles focused on the landscape ahead. The city stretched out before them, an awe-inspiring mix of grandeur and devastation. Towers and domes jutted out of the water, their glowing veins casting light deep into the ocean below. Massive statues, their faces weathered but still noble, stood watch over the ruins. Some leaned precariously, half collapsed, while others remained eerily intact as if frozen in time. The canals that wove through the city glowed like rivers of light, illuminating submerged streets and plazas that hinted at the scale of the lost civilization. Kira's voice crackled over their comms from inside the sphere. "I'm picking up faint energy readings about a quarter-mile north," she reported. "It could be a metromite deposit or something else. No seismic activity yet, but I'm monitoring. If anything moves, I'll let you know." "Good. Keep us updated," Miles replied, glancing back at the team. "We move together. No one goes off alone. Theo, document anything you can interpret. Lena, keep gathering samples. Jace, try to take this seriously." "I am taking it seriously," Jace retorted, smirking, seriously enough to suggest we keep moving before the glowing water turns into glowing monsters. As they moved deeper into the plaza, the ruins revealed even more of their haunting beauty. Walls covered in intricate carvings glowed faintly, the metromite veins embedded within lighting up as if reacting to their presence. The waterfalls nearby created a constant soothing hum, their glowing streams spilling into interconnected canals that carried light into the submerged depths. The sound of water and the faint pulse of energy were the only things breaking the heavy silence. "This is overwhelming," Lena said softly, her voice almost reverent as she gazed at the glowing ruins around them. "Imagine what this place must have been like in its prime. The energy here. It's almost alive." "It's more than alive," Theo said, his voice tinged with excitement. "This city wasn't just powered by Metromite. It is Metromite. The entire infrastructure is integrated with it. The glow, the energy, everything. It's like the city itself was a living organism." Miles paused, his gaze fixed on a towering dome in the distance. It stood mostly intact, its surface lined with glowing veins that seemed to pulse in time with the canals below. "That dome," he said, pointing. "It looks like it could have been a central hub. If the crystal is anywhere, it's there." The team followed his lead, their steps echoing in the stillness as they moved through the sunken city. The glow of Atlantis lit their path, casting shifting patterns of light and shadow across their faces. Despite the awe-inspiring beauty around them, an unshakable sense of unease hung in the air. This city was more than a ruin. It was a story frozen in time, and they had just become part of it.